Prowlers. We already got him starting off distracted. Well, that's usual.
He just had Dr. Pepper go out his nose.
Anyways, welcome back to the show, guys. We had an interesting weekend. I don't know about you guys, but it's definitely a good one, even though we
lost.
Yeah?
Yep, you know, they showed some hustle on some of it. More than anything, they trouble with defense, I think, this weekend.
Yeah, it was the defense.
Right.
You know, trouble with defense.
Don't mind me, people. I'm just changing.
And again, I think both goalies did a great job.
Yeah, they did.
Both goalies did a great job. Hat tricks and us. So, you guys want to give me my punch now? The double punch?
Oh, the overtime that you
The
called?
shootout I called.
Oh, shootout?
I'm satisfied.
You're satisfied? Here comes the director to punch me.
We're drinking Dr. Pepper, Pepsi, and what are you drinking, Dave?
Pepsi Zero.
Soda.
Soda, yay!
Pepsi Zero for me.
Dr. Pepper, and they got Mountain Dew down here for later.
In no way are we supporting the sodas.
Yeah, they blew some decent chances too, Mike.
Definitely.
But there's some calls that I am furious over. That just ridiculous. Again.
I mean,
even the announcer was shocked on the one that our guy was on a breakaway and he got hooked. You know,
that should have been called.
That should have been called.
Definitely.
It's sad. On those types of, and those are the calls that we keep talking about. That's where the guys start taking matters into their own hands and start, doing really stupid stuff. It's not Spike this time. I promise.
No, it's actually.
No, she's talking about mine.
Oh.
Look at how dark the bottle is.
Are you sure?
That's not some New Year's Eve show.
Okay.
Are we going to do a small broadcast on New Year's Eve?
I mean, I was planning on it at least.
I know we're going to have to get together. I just didn't know if we are going to do a small show real quick.
Might as well, right?
So, yeah. All right.
So that'll be definitely spike it anyway. We'll in lieu of doing a next week's show, we'll do a New Year's Eve bash part 2.
Okay.
Which is the New Year's Eve bash one was actually kind of fun.
We had a few players and everything come on. We were at Big Boys that year.
Yep.
So we did that 3-hour special, right?
Yep, 3-hour special.
Are we gonna do that?
We're not gonna do no 3 hours. We'll do probably.
I want that week to do it.
Yeah, but you said it all depends on what's going on at your house if you could even come to the gathering.
Yeah.
So.
But at least we'll have a New Year's Eve special to go over previous games as well as what's coming up in the future. So, because a lot is changing for this channel, a lot will be coming out. We've been talking about more coming out as well. So that's I know between me and the director, me and you, as well as me and Kelly, we've been talking about what we've been wanting to do. Everybody's been wanting to do something, so things will be getting going in the new year.
Yeah, because when we're not doing hockey, we got some plans and process to do during the summer.
Exactly.
So.
Knee part.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, they're actually working harder now too to get that softball team here again, and if we can get one. Professional softball. We'll have something to talk about for summer too.
Exactly.
But I haven't heard much on it lately. But I heard they are working on it again. And
is that why they're expanding stuff there and everything?
No, they already expanded the ballpark.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
To an
it's already regulation size for professional softball.
They're just getting the clear to actually have a
We just got to find a team that wants to come here. Get an owner.
That and put in a few more stands too. That's all we need. Just because of the whole ticketing issue.
Yeah.
So, with that though, it's I'm excited. I wish we could had 2 shows as in the Yeti, but
yeah, it's sad that that's not working.
Team.
You know, we can always find some type of sport to follow for the summer.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I even suggested the USPBL down in Utica. Not that far. It's 4 teams that we can cover. Yeah. And those games are actually quite fun.
You know, another one I just thought of we could cover, because by then the stadium should be built, is the college soccer team.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We could cover the college soccer team.
And we, Kelly and I just drove by where it is. And that is actually a nice pitch that they have there.
Well, like I said, it's just sad that they changed their mind at the last minute after they tore down a bunch of houses. And
there's that one house that they tore down and weren't supposed to.
No, they bought the house too. Unfortunately, the thinnest house in Port Huron. It was a shotgun house, and unfortunately, it got tore down for this project that was supposed to be built for a soccer arena for the college. But then they decided to put it somewhere else after they already started tearing everything down.
Isn't that area like college and the hospital mainly almost?
Yep. That's why a lot of people are shocked that they put it so far away, because it's not even near the campus. It's in another town.
Yeah.
Right.
Marysville.
Yep. And as far as I know, though, they have different plans for that now. It's I think they're expanding their medical. I'm sorry.
Some medical and dorms.
Yeah.
More dorms.
That's what I was gonna say too. Is anyways, back to hockey. So I didn't get to watch much of it, especially the first game.
I didn't get to watch a lot of the first game because unfortunately my computer decided to do a major update during the second period. So
so that's
I was down.
I watched the Thursday's game on Friday because I worked 12 hours and I don't get.
You watched each game a day later.
Yeah.
Just put it that way.
I watched 2 games Saturday, the Friday on Saturday and the Saturday on Saturday.
Party. But now,
that sounds like what I do during Silver Six. Back to back games. Watch 10 games right in a row.
And I can't wait for the Silver Six to come back too.
And they will be here this year.
American teams only, right?
American teams only. Yep.
Plus we get 2 games for Silver Six.
This year we'll have a Friday night and a Saturday night game. No, Saturday night and Sunday night game. I think.
8 p.m.
Both 8 p.m.s.
That's mid-January, I believe.
Yes, that's true there, Michael. First game was nothing but offense.
Yep.
Wasn't it a little bit?
January 7th and 8th, Laura, is when we're going to Binghamton. Oh, yeah, it's,
I believe we have Silver Six during that week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. And so we'll be occupado during most of that weekend.
Yep. Yeah, I will be there like at 8, 9 in the morning until 10, 11 at night.
Right.
I'll be at both. Because like I said, I'll be working Silver Sticks all that week.
What's that?
I think that's...
I'll be at both if I don't work 12 hours one day.
I think she's talking about the games in Binghamton.
Oh, no, we can't go to Binghamton.
No.
So.
Especially with the cases of Omicron starting to go up.
So, like we said, Laura, maybe next year. Maybe we'll come next year. And yeah, we would like to meet you too.
Oh, yes.
But it's just, like we said, it's, like he said, it's cases going up of COVID, the new variant Omicron. It's,
finances for some of us.
Yeah.
Because some of us don't work, some of us live on a really tight budget. I'm disabled myself. I'm disabled, so.
Mm-hmm.
I am on a tight budget though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's even more on a tight budget though. So that's it's even worse than him, sadly. And we don't want to see that happen to anybody, but
yeah.
But anyways, maybe next year. So that's. I don't see Binghamton going anywhere.
No, not with the way they're doing. I really see them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'd be if we get together, then that's definitely a good plan. Get a picture.
Yeah.
But, right.
We can't talk about Mississippi. That's gonna be tomorrow's show.
Oh yeah, that was a good game though.
7,288 people.
Yep.
Nearly sold out. The arena can hold 8,100.
Yep.
I think broke a record before even having an actual team.
Yeah. Because actually, I was listening to the Port Huron game on that night, and I had the Carolina game on the screen watching that one.
Dang, man.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Busted open.
Well, come on, Joe Pace. We had to see how he did. And a lot of people were asking how that worked out. They had to go through a lot of approvals to get that game set up. And the whole reason why he played for Carolina that night is to promote the Mississippi arena.
Seawolves.
To promote that arena. They had to get permissions from both owners, not owners, but GMs, and the league.
I was going to say, if they had to get permission from both owners, it would be easy.
But it was the GMs that had to agree on both teams to allow that. What I meant by that, I'm talking about Carolina and
Columbus.
Columbus isn't owned by our
I mean, if we had to get owners from
our team,
our team to sign
because he pays. He plays for Prowlers, and Barry owns Prowlers in Carolina.
So it would have been automatic. But either way, the group, the owner of Columbus, is a pretty good friend with Barry. Either way, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that looked like an amazing night though. To have that many people there. Yeah. And from out of here, they were chanting Carolina.
Yep.
Because again, they were promoting, Joe. Joe's.
If it's still up.
No.
Phone down.
Is it fine?
Darn, it's not up there.
And yes, Mike, Mississippi is a very good market for that FPHL. That'll bring in a lot of money.
Especially if they can get that kind of fans in the seats all the time.
Yeah. And that's something that'll help grow the brand.
Yep.
And I think, with the passion of their fans, I think it'll make for some really good rivalries, especially down in the South.
Oh, here's the picture.
But I want to get on to the hat trick game. What about the fans at that game that the Thursday night?
Sold out.
Talk about how many fans you can see in their arena.
Look at their scoreboard. Wow.
I know somebody said that it was most of the fans that were there on the side where the cameras weren't facing, but you couldn't even hear a lot of cheering to me.
No, that's.
No, the second night there was more, you could tell, but that first one.
That first night was.
But again, I will say a weekday game is hard because of people working.
But especially when you have back-to-back games as well.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing is that Danbury has a situation where they have three major teams playing out of the same arena.
Right.
Yep.
Because not many people know they have the hat tricks, which is the biggest end of there. They also have the junior hat tricks, the junior team, and they also have the women's national team, the Connecticut Whale that play out of that arena. So that's three big teams.
Do they have more than one rink in there?
They have three.
They have three, but the other two are used only as
for high schools.
For practice arenas too.
Okay.
So that one sheet is used for all 3 teams.
Right.
So you have to fight for ice time bad on that one.
Yeah. And I think that's part of the scheduling issue this year. You know, with everything coming back, everybody wanting, you know, get their teams back on the ice, and it makes it a little bit harder.
Exactly.
You know, especially you're saying they got 3 teams going out of there. I can see why there's a few more Thursday night games this year.
Yep.
You know, I will say Thursday night is a lot better than Wednesdays. You know, Wednesdays was even worse
for anybody.
Anybody.
Oh heck, there was hardly anybody.
But there's multiple reasons, because you got a lot of your clubs run things on Wednesday night at midweek. You know, a lot of the churches, a lot of the other clubs. You know, it's Wednesday night usually.
Exactly.
You know, so
I think Thursday night they said it was only 600 and something.
Yep.
They said.
And it definitely did not look like that much either.
No, it looked like it was dead. They probably counted some of the season ticket holders, probably.
No, because a lot they still go, even though a ticket's sold. Yeah, it's there, but I know I did find out ours does go by ticket scanned. That's Rachel won't turn it until the tickets are scanned.
Okay.
Mike made a good question on that. Bowling is also popular on Wednesday.
Yep, the bowling leagues, you know, pool leagues, you know, so it kind of kills Wednesday nights. But yeah, I did find out that we go by ticket scanned. You know, but you still don't know how many are given away, you know, so that's why, but they do go by the ticket that are scanned in.
Right. Well,
That's why a lot of times ours isn't posted and said until, you know, late third period. Because they don't shut down the gate until the beginning of the third period.
Right.
You still get extra people coming in there at the start of the second period. Like I had to do that one time last year.
Well, people come in right up to the end of the second, like I said, because that's when they shut down the gate.
And I had to do that a lot of times during the one season.
Yep.
And that's, I mean, I appreciate they do it, but it's just like, God, why would we want to actually physically want to come that late in the game?
Well, if you love hockey.
You love hockey, yeah.
You know, you want to see your team. You know.
True.
You know, for me, you know, being a season ticket holder, if I got to be late, you know, it's at least I already have my ticket. You know.
Yeah.
I just have to go in and get a scan, but like I said, you still only have till the end of the second period to get your butt through those gates.
So yeah, that's definitely a good reason though.
I remember the last year I had to go from Port Huron to Macomb, and Macomb back to Port Huron. I made it right to where.
Oh, I remember that situation. That was a weird situation.
Well, that's when Megan was working at Macomb one, isn't it?
Yeah, I made it just in time for the halfway the first period too. I know where the cops are at.
You speeder. I mean, what?
Hey, I made it back from Frankenmuth in less than an hour.
Shit.
Yeah, same here. I can do that.
And technically, it's supposed to be an hour and a half. Technically.
Well, I was told my uncle was on his deathbed.
True.
Which, when I got here, come to find out, he wasn't. But, you know.
But, anyway, so, before we get to break, though, make sure that you go to mainstreetbluewater.com. Support us any way you can, because we're trying to bring you all the good content that you've loved for the previous 4+ years, and buy all the stuff that you want off the, because that's good stuff. This is a comfortable shirt that I'm in.
Christmas gifts.
Yes.
Yep.
And then starting. What?
There's something.
Chris fell for it.
But anyways, starting next week, we'll be doing more deals on items, so stay tuned, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Hey guys, it's Crystal from the Port Huron Prowlers. Back to you from behind the scenes. I'm with Mitz today, and Mitz and I are here to give you guys some examples of things the guys would like on the bus trip. Mitts, do you think the guys would like granola bars? What about fruit and vegetables? Okay, not vegetables, but how about fruit? Cases of water? What about some Powerade and Gatorade? Well, there you have it. Some true facts of what Mitts thinks our boys should have on the road trips. Thanks for watching and enjoy the show.
Well, not really. I got the beat. Oh, Elite Wrestling tomorrow, guys. If you're on wrestling. I can't believe I let myself get caught. That one was good.
Hey there, I'm Chris.
And I'm Kelly.
You might remember One Love Weekly used to be called One News Weekly. Well, that was season 1, and now we're coming into season 2. We've changed up the format, and we're bringing the news to you in a more personal issue. We're gonna give you more real-life situations to react to these news stories, and how you can love thy neighbor more. And I'm excited to bring on my co-host and correspondent, Kelly.
That's me. Hey, wherever you're listening to, whether it be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever platform suits your fancy, just make sure that you give us a subscribe and a follow and a share and whatever else you want to do. Make sure that you tell your friends about us.
And I hope you enjoy for the future episodes.
Hey, this is James Woolman here from Great Lakes Gaming. Are you looking for an excuse to get out of the house? Well, if so, we're your excuse. We have Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Magic the Gathering games all week long. We run leagues, and we're also open 7 days a week. Every Thursday, we are running disc golf leagues at Houndwoods Middle School from 5 to 7, all through the spring and summer. Recently, we have become part of the WPN network of Wizards of the Coast. We're going to be starting trivia on Tuesdays, and we run a Super Smash tournament the first Saturday of every month. So that should be plenty of reasons for you to get out of the house.
And we're back.
And yeah, that's something that we're glad that we're always able to do is bring you great quality content. Laura, Mike lives in California now, so it's he'll probably, if anything, he'll I don't want to speak directly for him, but it'd be more of a you'd probably see us sooner than you'd see Mike.
Unless we all plan it together.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too.
During one of the school holiday breaks, since he's a school bus driver.
Mm-hmm. Talk about that too. We need to plan another Saginaw Spirit trip since the one got
canceled.
Oh, I want to go this time.
Yeah. Well, you were supposed to go. We had all set up tickets almost pretty much set guaranteed. And
no, he was going to work that night because it was being a 3+ Mike Remmett.
Yeah, that's right.
So, but yeah, let's go dive deep into this chaotic game that we had on Thursday night.
Yeah, it was a crazy one, that's for sure.
It was honestly, we got down early, but I was hoping with how they were coming back that we'd actually have put more of a fight. But starting off, 15-11, Danbury took the shots in the first, 16-14 in the second, Danbury, and then 14-9 in the third, totaling for a whopping 45 total shots for Danbury. So it's they're 34 for Port Huron. So that's kind of more or less chaotic again. Starting off early in the first period, it's a 107. Danbury scored by a name that Port Huron Prowlers fans should recognize. Justin Jesuwa scored that goal. Zachary Lazaro got an assist as well as Vinny Susie. And then 2:46 into the first, Gordy Bono scored for Danbury, assisted by Ruiz to go up 2-0. And then on the power play, 10:35, Gordy Bono got his second goal, assisted by Steve Melly and Johnny Ruiz. And then to go with 3-1, Port Huron got their first goal off to Cade Lambden, 11:39 into the first, assisted by Stavros Salas and Austin Federley. And 13:46 in the first to end 4-1 in the first. Justin Jesuwa got his second goal, assisted by Corey Anderson and Aaron Atwell. That's another name that we recognize here.
Aaron Atwell wasn't he in the second season with us?
Yep. And then to start off the second, 5:23, Danbury goes up 5-1. Scored by Corey Anderson, assisted by Tom Ellie and Vinny Susie. A power play goal by Matt Graham, 8:53 in the second, assisted by Cade Lambden and Alex Johnson. And then 13 minutes into the second, even strength, Isaiah Crawford scored for the Prowlers, assisted by Caleb Williams and Simon Beauclair. And then Danbury scored again at 14-11 by Brett Jackson, assisted by Vinny Susie and Tom Ellie to go up 6-3. At 6-4, 16-01 Port Huron scores. Dalton J assisted by Zachary Friswa, assisted by Austin Federley. 4:09 into the third, Dmitry Kustetsov got a unassisted goal for Danbury. And 7:29, Port Huron scored from Dustin Henning. Matt Graham and Dalton J got the assists. 10:39, Dmitry Kuznetsov scores for Danbury, assisted by Gary Gallagher and John McDonald to go 8-5. And the final goal of the game, Port Huron scores 19:45 with 15 seconds left. Unassisted goal scored by Stavros Salas. And so let's go into this very heavily weighted Port Huron penalties.
It was a lot of penalties Thursday night, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And quite a few of them I don't agree with, but
same here.
Right. 10:16, Cade Lambden got called for high sticking in the first. 8:56 into the second, Quentin Roseboom got called for high sticking. 9:35 into the second, Zachary Lazaro for Danbury got called for high sticking. Nick Manzo, 15:14 into the second, got called for holding on for Port Huron. Cade Lambden got in 18:03 into the second, got called for hooking, and then again 14:10 in the third, called for elbowing, and then Caleb Williams, 11:13 into the third, got called for tripping, and then 12:14, everything went down when Alex Johnson slashed, and then Corey Anderson got cross-checking from Danbury, and then Matt Graham got abuse of officials, only a minor this time. And then 15-48 interference. Dmitry Delichuk from Danbury. And then at the very end of the game, Matt Graham got an abuse of officials game misconduct.
Right, but and those shouldn't even have been abusive officials. In that situation, he was only addressing the issue of the calls that weren't being called.
Yeah,
it was getting ridiculous. It was getting majory, and then, like I said, again, then they start wondering why the players start doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing. It's you don't want the players taking matters into their own hands, but when you don't call stuff, it's going to happen. Especially when a game's that close of scoring and the penalties are only going one way.
That's happened with us with the River Dragons in the home opening weekend.
So
that was getting a little out of control.
Like I said, there was more than once that their own announcers said, "Well, we got away with one. We got away with one."
Pretty sad though.
So if even the announcers are seeing it, how's it not being called?
Exactly, and especially when they're staring right at it.
Yep.
But this is why I'm not a ref.
Yeah, I'm not saying their job's easy, because it's not. But.
And especially when their job is a lot of discretion.
Yeah.
And I do say a lot because it's all practical judging that they're doing too. That's the problem, is that we have different perceptions.
What you call high sticking and what another ref might call high sticking, could be two different things.
Right, and especially with the FPHL handbook where it's not exactly defined like the NHL is.
Right. But again, still, even in NHL, I'm sorry, one ref might call it and one ref might not. It's because it's going by what they're seeing themselves and what they feel if it was actually high enough up or whatever.
Exactly. But let's get into Friday night's game. And let me say this. How do you screw up the shootout this bad?
Yeah.
How in the hell? Especially when you were just told at the start of the shootout, 5 shooters.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm not standing because of Chris farted.
It's because of you, isn't it?
No, my butt's hurting.
Ooh, that sounds personal. Too much info. Way too much info.
What were you doing at work?
Chair.
You were doing the chair?
Okay, I'll shut up. I'll shut up. I'll shut up before I get in trouble.
Too late for that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, there should have been no reason.
We'll get a laugh.
Yeah. No reason at all. And there's other things. There was a lot of stuff in that game.
Yes.
See, I made the baby laugh.
Okay, go ahead, Chris.
To start off the game, though, 11-8, Port Huron got the favorite in the shots. And then the second period was very explosive in shots. When Danbury got 17, Port Huron got 14. That was explosive.
Yeah, it was.
Then Danbury in the third got 14 to Port Huron's 5. Overtime, Port Huron got 4, and then Danbury got 3. And to think about it, that's kind of explosive for an overtime period, 4-3. So it's 42-34 though to end the game. Danbury gets on top. And then the three stars were actually announced for this game. Corey Anderson from Danbury got the first star, 2 goals, 0 assists. Gordy Bonnell got the second star, 2 goals, 0 assists. And the third star was Johnny Ruiz with 1 goal and 1 assist. starting off the scoring again, ironically, was Justin Jesuel from the Danbury hat tricks. This time at 7 minutes and 30 seconds into the first, assisted by Zachary Lazaro and as well as Dmitry Kuznetsov. And then 9:17 on the power play, Port Huron scores to tie the game at 1. Matt Graham got the goal, assisted by Austin Federley and Dalton J. To take the lead, Port Huron scores 2-1, 14:34 into the first. Alex Johnson gets the goal, assisted by Caleb Williams. And then 1941, Danbury ties it up. Gordy Bonnell gets a goal, assisted by Johnny Ruiz and Tal Finberg. 5:13 into the second, Port Huron goes on top 3-2, scored by Zachary Ferishwa, assisted by Dalton J. and Alex Johnson.
That was a heck of a name.
6:12, not even a minute later, Port Huron scores again, 4-2, scored by Dalton J., assisted by Austin Federley. And then shorthanded, 14:34 to the second, going on top 5-2, scored by Dalton J. unassisted. And then
Good power play.
the third period, 4:37, power play goals for Danbury. Corey Anderson scored, assisted by Garrett Gallagher and Dustin Jesuel. And then 7:07, Johnny Ruiz scored, assisted by Brett Jackson and Dustin Jesuel. And then Corey Anderson tied the game for Danbury at 11:40.
And then?
The all dreaded shoot out. And then the first round, Danbury came on top 1-0. Justin Jesuel getting the goal. And then second round, both teams scored. Federley and Bonnell. Third round, there was no goals. And this is where they thought they won. That was just crazy. A fourth round, no goals again. Federley and Dmitry Kuznetsov. And then the fifth round is where it went in. Dustin Jesuel scores 3-1. Game over. And then this one was kind of a light penalty summary.
Yeah.
Even though we got
With that shot though, Chris,
what?
I didn't know you could put it behind you and then put it back in front of you.
Yeah, that was.
He dragged it behind.
Once he dragged it behind him, he moved the puck backwards.
That should have been the shot
and,
right there.
Shootouts, I thought if you drag it backwards and then go forward, you made your movement.
well, FPHL.
You made your move. So that's what me and him were questioning that one. I said didn't know if our rules are different on that one because I do know when I thought in most leagues once you pull it back like that, you made your move since you already went forward.
Right, and that's all. You cannot go backwards. The only way to go backwards is if you're doing a wind-up for a wrist shot.
Right.
He wasn't doing a wind-up for a
He
wrist
pulled the puck backwards.
He pulled it backwards.
I know what you're saying. If you lift your stick to do the wind-up to slap it, that's different. But when you pull the puck backwards, you made your move.
I gotta say, the Danbury's hat tricks jersey Friday night, they reviewed the new ones, were actually pretty cool.
Right. But,
Now penalty summary.
Steve Melee actually got the first penalty for Danbury. Slashing, 8:44 to the first. And then Steve Brown and Zachary Ferishwa got a little bit angry when they roughed at 12:06. And then 14:01, Dante Sufrende got a high sticking for Port Huron. 17:59, Caleb Williams and Dustin Jesuel went for roughing. And then 3:01 in the third, Zachary Ferishwa got a hooking. 12:44 was attendance for that one.
How much?
12:44.
That was the second night.
Yep.
How much was the first night?
6:43.
Oh, I got dead on.
No, you didn't. You liar.
Well, you got a dead eye because we were talking about it on our page. So you probably remembered it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we were talking about because that's another thing. Mike said that we couldn't do it. We can't do better, but we actually did do better on our Thursday night. Mm-hmm. Not much better, but we did do better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we drew at least under more.
You know, like I said, but I don't like that for any of the teams because, like I said, weekday games are hard to get people in the seats. They are.
This year was kind of different though because our home opener was on a Thursday night.
Yeah.
And we drew $17.99.
Yeah, but you got to think though they promoted that one different than it's harder to
Plus, everybody wanted to get outside of the
exactly.
Shut down last year.
But it's not like it can't be done. But if it's not marketed the way it is, it's Thursday is always going to be hard for you.
Yeah.
And especially when you get the
also when it's promoted too, people can request the day off, knowing that the seats are coming. A lot of them probably request the night off or whatever.
Right. But
and this time of year, how many people got vacation days left? As it's getting closer to Christmas.
Exactly.
I have 0.
What's vacation days? Right?
Yeah. Do you get any of those?
I do.
Did you get going?
I got a few this year, but I was sick for a couple of them.
Okay.
So you had to use them first.
Yeah. But that was definitely one thing, though. But anyways, get into the third game of the weekend. 14-14 shots for the first, 20 shots to 8 for Hambury in the second, and then 12-5 shots in the third. So 46 shots Danbury ends with for the game to 27 by Boyeron.
Who were the first and second, third stars?
Corey Anderson gets the first star again with 2 goals. Dustin Jeswell gets the second with 3 assists. And then Brian Wilson gets a third star, only letting in 1 goal.
Did we even get a star the Thursday night?
No. There was no stars announced Thursday night, which is weird.
We didn't get any stars at all this week. This week.
Well, because the close games, I really think that they should.
Yeah. But so starting off,
gonna get it. Might as well wait till.
Yeah, might as well. Because remember to go to this link right up here, MainStreetBlueWater.com. All our merch is right there. We're gonna be putting some more up there in the future, and make sure to support the people that we have in our commercials as well. They're really going to need your support over the next coming months, as well as we'll need your support coming in these coming months as well. Definitely, we can't wait to announce some of our ideas. Some will be announced on the website. Some will be announced on the New Year's Eve show. So stay tuned. I hope you all like what's coming in the future. As you can see, we're changing the set as well.
Green screens.
Yeah, but you guys, it looks black.
Yeah. But yeah, we're definitely changing up and making sure everything looks good for you guys. But with that being said, we'll be right back after these messages.
Hey guys, it's Crystal from the Port Huron Prowlers. Back to you from behind the scenes. I'm with Mitz today, and Mitz and I are here to give you guys some examples of things the guys would like on the bus trip. Mitz, do you think the guys would like granola bars? What about fruit and vegetables? Okay, not vegetables, but how about fruit? Cases of water? What about some Powerade and Gatorade? Well, there you have it. Some true facts of what Mitz thinks our boys should have on the road trips. Thanks for watching and enjoy the show.
Well, not really. I got the beat. Oh, League Wrestling tomorrow, guys. You're on wrestling. Hey.
believe I let myself get caught. That one was good.
Hey there, I'm Chris.
And I'm Kelly.
You might remember One Love Weekly used to be called One News Weekly. Well, that was season 1, and now we're coming into season 2. We've changed up the format, and we're bringing the news to you in a more personal issue. We're going to give you more real-life situations to react to these news stories, and how you can love thy neighbor more. And I'm excited to bring on my co-host and correspondent, Kelly.
That's me. Hey, wherever you're listening to, whether it be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever platform suits your fancy, just make sure that you give us a subscribe and a follow and a share and whatever else you want to do. Make sure that you tell your friends about us.
And I hope you enjoy for the future episodes.
Hey, this is James Woolman here from Great Lakes Gaming. Are you looking for an excuse to get out of the house? Well, if so, we're your excuse. We have Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Magic the Gathering games all week long. We run leagues, and we're also open 7 days a week. Every Thursday, we are running disc golf leagues at Highland Woods Middle School from 5 to 7, all through the spring and summer. Recently, we have become part of the WPN network of Wizards of the Coast. We're going to be starting trivia on Tuesdays, and we run a Super Smash tournament the first Saturday of every month. So that should be plenty of reasons for you to get out of the house.
I love how that's the first thing people hear.
What?
Danville sucks. Wow.
Well, let's go Prowlers. Danville sucks.
Can't say that comment in reality anymore, though.
Somebody might take offense to that.
Anyways, let's get on the score.
Okay, you snowflakes.
No comment. But to start off, there was no scoring in the first. 15-59 in the second, though. What?
It was a good game.
We lost 5-1, dude.
That one was a bad game.
Oh.
Really bad game.
Okay, that's the wrong one I'm talking about.
But no, the 15-59 into the second, Tom Melee scores to put the Denver in top 1-0, assisted by his brother Steve Melee and Garrett Gallagher.
And that was just a breakdown, big time breakdown of our defense.
Yeah.
Big time.
And then 19 minutes into the second, though, Alex Johnson scores, assisted by Isaiah Crawford and Caleb Williams. And that was the only time we were tied that night, 1-1.
Yeah, I think second period was it?
Third period, minute 50, Dmitry Kuznetsov, assisted by John McDonald and Dustin Jesua. Corey Anderson got a power play goal, assisted by Jesua. Corey Anderson scores again, 14:54 into the third, assisted by Jesua and Kuznetsov. And then to round out the scoring, 19 minutes into the third, Adam Duda, assisted by Tom Melee and Dmitry Kuznetsov.
I do like the name though, Adam Duda.
Duda.
You know, yeah. Too bad he wasn't a goalie. It'd be fun.
Duda, you suck.
Duda.
No. I come up with something different on that one, honestly.
Yeah?
I'll be nice.
Okay.
What she said?
Cheat. Suck. That's what it is. But the penalty summary, 24 seconds into the game, Johnny Ruiz got pissed off. He went straight for the cross check. And a minute 59 into the first, Justin Jesuwa went, "Are you okay?" He's dying over here. It's just hearing that name just makes you like want to vomit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But no, he goes in for a delayed game. Corey Anderson, 11:40 into the second, gets roughing. And then third period, 3:53, Zachary Ferruccio gets hooking. 15:21, Alex Johnson and Dustin Jesuwa get roughing, but Jesuwa gets the double minor. So that was kind of interesting. Especially when they've been calling more against us the whole night.
Whole weekend.
Yeah. So, with that being said, there's another comment, though, I want to make about Friday night's game. Because there was basically an all-out brawl Friday night. That, where no penalties got called.
Right.
And it was right in the Prowlers' goal crease. And I remember specifically because it was Aaron Atwell that started the brawl.
They rammed our goalie.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
more than once.
Yep.
More than once.
And then he just went straight for popping. I think it was Cade Lambden right in the mouth.
Yes.
And why don't you call at least something on that?
Yeah.
It's just.
Well, it's just ridiculous. You know, those are the ones I'm talking about. Their announcers said, "Well, we got to give it. We got away with that one." Mm-hmm. You know, and that's what I'm talking about. That's ridiculous. Even if the announcers saying, "Oh, we got away with that one," you know, come on. It was that obvious that it was done.
That's
sad.
It is really sad.
You know, even they said more than once, we got away with ramming the goalie again. You know.
Mm-hmm. It's just.
He's falling asleep.
No, I'm not.
You were. You were like.
So let's go on to the future games because the next time we go live is on New Year's Eve, December 31st. But technically, there's a game that night.
For us.
But we will be doing that game on a future episode, though.
Yeah, we'll be talking about the day after Christmas is a game.
Yeah,
there's a game we'll be talking about.
Carolina travels to Port Huron on the 26th. 3:05 game start, and predictions for that game. Let's go with a sleeper.
It's for Sunday's game.
Yep.
I say 4-3 us regulation.
And then producer.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be closer, Rob. I'm gonna say 5-6 us.
So you're gonna maybe it's gonna be a high scoring game.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be a high scoring game. Everybody's gonna be coming off that huge Christmas dinner and gonna be slow on the ice probably. And I'm gonna say 3-2 us.
Okay.
Mike says 3.
Mike's swearing over here.
I was gonna cuss too. I was getting ready to cuss. I actually I didn't even see it. You guys gotta admit I didn't see it because I'm blind.
All right.
I was thinking exactly what Mike's saying. 3-2 overtime.
That's funny.
I was.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Us a fight.
We want to fight. You know that. You gotta expect fights, especially Port Huron and Carolina.
Mm-hmm. The two biggest rivals in the whole freaking league.
Yeah.
And but I'm going 5-2 us. Because we're going to put Paul in net, and he's going to have no defense. Well, because of the sluggish.
Okay. Eating that huge Christmas dinner before
Yep.
being on the road.
Yep. And the next game we'll be talking about is when the River Dragons import the Prowlers play again in Biloxi for the last time in the year.
Woo!
So that's a 7:05 start in Biloxi. Technically 8:05 Eastern. So mark that down. It is an hour later than what's on the schedule.
What time?
Just because of the
they're an hour
time
ahead.
zone.
They're an hour behind us.
So the return to Mississippi. What are the score predictions?
I'm gonna sleepyhead this time. I'm gonna say, I guess that's right. Okay. 3-1 us. I had to think.
Producer.
I'm gonna say 3-2 us with a fight right off the face-off.
Mike goes for 5-3 with a round 4.
Pace is
Wow. I mean, Pace loves to fight Schmidt, so.
Alright, I say 5-4.
Okay. And I'm going for a 5-4 and a round 4 and 5.
Okay.
So,
With
With that, everybody have a good night.
Happy
And
holidays.
enjoy. We will see you New Year's Eve.
see y'all later.
Tomorrow?
For this show is New
Oh,
Year's Eve.
okay, never mind. I'll shut up.
Around the Miners, it's a different show.
With that being said, see y'all later.
Bye.
No commercials.